Microphone check 1 2 1 2. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Sitting over here drinking this water. It's very important to stay hydrated. Very important to stay hydrated. I try to stay hydrated as much as possible. One thing I'm gonna try to do, I know this is totally off subject, but one of the things I'm gonna try to do in 2026 is fast more. Not like 2 days and 3 days, but just fast more. I feel like towards the end of the year, I got away from it and I could feel it. I could feel it. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I did. I did the cooking, so I had a good time. Um, some of you guys know I was not available on Wednesday. I was cooking. I was cooking, to be honest. I ain't gonna even hold you. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was cooking and I looked up. I was like, oh, I missed it. But I'm pretty sure you guys will understand and you guys will forgive me. Okay. But I'm here on a Friday because I have no excuse. Thanksgiving's over. So I have no excuse. I got to be here. I got to do what I got to do. All right. So that being said, hey, what's up? This your boy DJ Mad Scientist on the all new Power 97.5 LA. Today we are just talking music, where we bring you vital information about music production, promotion, and distribution every week right here. Right here, where? We on the iGlobal Radio app. Download the app from your favorite app store or go to the website, iglobalradio.com. That's iglobalradio.com. For those who are new to this, who are new to this channel, or new to this stream, I do that because today I'm streaming live, but tomorrow this live stream, the audio, will be on the radio station Power 97.5 LA on the iGlobal Radio app. So if you miss some part of today and you want to hear it tomorrow, just download the iGlobal Radio app and then listen 90 Power 975 LA, and we'll be on 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay. I know you guys are like, dang, man, scientists, you really love that water, don't you? Yes. Got to keep myself nice and hydrated. Another thing I discovered, because I actually looked it up, I didn't know this, but apparently, um, it is a good thing. Okay, let me back up so it can make sense. So I've been cooking for a long time. I like to cook, but the one thing I don't do is I don't cook with um chicken stock or chicken broth, right? I don't, because typically the stock and the broth comes with a lot of sugar. I mean, a lot of salt, a lot of sodium. And one thing I try to stay away from is a lot of salt, right? This is one thing in our family, my family, we have high blood pressure. So I try to stay away from salt. Been doing it since I was a kid. So, okay, get ready for it. There's a lot of people that are going to say, oh my God, I can't believe you do that. I cook a lot of meals with just water, and then I season the water. Now, um, Thanksgiving came and I had to cook. And when you cook for Thanksgiving, it's like an old saying, don't be experimenting. So, that being said, I had to do it the old fashioned way. And I used I went to go get some chicken stock, and in case you're one of those people that's wondering what's the difference between chicken stock and chicken broth, chicken stock is where you pretty much just using chicken bone and you letting it marinate over time, chicken bone, and you can get a lot of nutrients out of the chicken bone. Chicken s- Broth is when you're pretty much just using the meat, and you can get a lot of nutrients and proteins out of just the meat. And then you take all the meat and the bones out, and this broth or this either the broth or the stock is there for you to use, and then you use that to cook, right? You use it to cook, and so yeah, I did that yesterday. I just happened to look it up because I was lucky enough to find some stock without that was unsalted, and I was like, okay, okay. So I looked it up. Turns out that yeah, they have some without salt, and it's low sodium and or no sodium, hopefully, and it's still good. So I'm gonna be able to start cooking with chicken stock again because you do get a lot of nutrients, and just getting water is one thing, but you want to get those vitamins and nutrients into your system as well because it makes you look young. It's got collagen in there, it's got protein in there, and back in the old days, people would make this food and like greens and stuff like that, and they would call the water that's left over, they would call it pot liquor, pot liquor, and they would say pot liquor will cure everything that ails you, right? So it's actually very healthy. So I know this has nothing to do with the subject at hand, but just want to just like put some time into. I didn't want to go straight into the subject, So that being said, maybe I should go ahead and get straight into the subject, right? All right. Hold on. If you've been with me over the past 4 weeks, then you know that I have been experimenting with Suno AI music. Okay. And my first three streams, I was trying to use my AI partner, New Soul. And what we did was two things. Number one, we created a production code, a music production code. And number two, from that production code, we were going to create um, some prompts for Suno. Now, I'm going to take my time to do that to give you guys some background. First, let me give you some background on my thoughts on AI music. I think there are going to be certain people who are going to make AI music. They're going to be songwriters, lyricists, people who just have the lyrics, or people who have the lyrics and can't sing, or they don't feel comfortable singing. Poets that want to put their song to music, to actual music. Those are the people who are going to use it for music. And you're going to have other people like myself. I have background in music. I can write my own music. It's not a problem. I mean, I have the same issues that everybody else has: insecurity, writer's block, beat block, whatever. But at the end of the day, if I need to write a beat or if I need to write a song, I'm going to be able to write it. Okay. Um, so I I mainly want to use it as I mainly want to use it as a tool. Well, what kind of tool? What kind of tool would it be for me? The type of tool that it would be for me would be a situation where currently right now I go to Splice, and let me actually show you guys Splice for those who don't know what Splice is. And the reason why I go to Splice is because I need I'm doing hip hop beats, and a lot of times in the '90s, what we do was we would go digging in different record stores and try to find records, and we try to find like a record or a song that we really like, and then we either loop it, chop it up, or micro chop it. Okay, and that's what we do. And you've heard that a lot in the '90s, where people would take samples and they would make a whole nother song. And probably the best example would be DJ Premier. If, in case you're not into hip hop and you're like, well, give me an example. DJ, just look up DJ Premier. Okay. He's excellent at it. He's pretty much the face of that sample based hip hop. Okay. One of the downsides is that, well, for every song that you sample, you got to pay for that. And sometimes it can't get cleared. Sometimes it's not a matter of, oh, I got the money. Sometimes the people will be like, nah, I don't want you to use it, right? And then if you're independent, kind of like myself, you are well, I don't want to spend that money on that. It's not a matter of having it. It's just I don't want to spend money on that. It's not like because at the end of the day, it's like the guys who did it, they get a lot of money up front. They get money from shows. But if you're not getting that money up front from somebody to like produce the record for you, or if you're not doing shows, then I'm not spending $5,000 or $20,000 to clear a record. It's not. It's not going to be worth it, especially in this time of streaming. It's not worth it. Okay, unless you're making that kind of money on the road, which I'm not. Okay, I don't mind saying that. All right. So the alternative has been for a long time Splice. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of show it to you so you can see it, in case you don't know about it. Um, this is called Splice. Right here, you'll see, and you can get all kind of sounds from this. So if I go sounds and I just say, I want a hip hop sound. Okay, so here's a bunch of sounds that I could listen to, or I could find packs. Let me see genres, sounds, library of sounds. I want to look for packs. Oh, I rarely look for packs. Well, let me just go into how I would do it. So for me, I would go browse. Okay. Well, yeah, here are the packs. Okay. So you can actually let me see. You can actually and packs are like collections, right? But you can actually look based upon like Southside is a hip hop producer. He'll supply you with different things you could use. Um, Let me see. Okay, let's just go pop because I'm not really looking. But this is like a pack, right? This is what a pack looks like. Okay. And you go through the pack and you listen to it. If you don't like it, um, you can go to other packs. You can find other packs. You buy credits over here on the top left. You can see where it says 2120 credits. You can buy credits, and I think each one of them is like one credit. So I can get 2,000 sounds, right? And I'll do that. I still do this. Okay. Um, Popular searches, another one. Like I could find vocals in here, right? Amazing. Now, the only thing is you can't literally own this pack, right? You can own the song that encompasses this sound. Like let's say this first sound right here, but you can't own this singularly, this like I can't go here and say, okay, let me download this whole pack and then re-upload it and say it's mine. Can't do that. But the individual sounds, if I put them into a song, I now own the song. But here's the thing: there have been some situations where um, larger artists have everybody uses this. Okay, this it's not like only independents uses. Larger artists have come in here and used certain things, and then if it gets flagged, if they release it and it gets flagged because you've also used that sound, then you could possibly have a problem. And you got to go back and prove that, yeah, I got it from here and I'm a member. And so I have access, I can use this sound as well. Okay. So because that is a possible problem, and that has been a problem on the Lolo, there's been some producers who said they had a problem with that. Okay. Trying to sell beats with sounds that came out of Splice. Now, what I generally do with Splice, just for the record, for those who may look at this later on, what I generally do with Splice is I will download a sound and I'll do something to it, whether it's, you know, chop it up, micro chop it, um, reverse it, EQ it, just different things you can do with different plugins to make sound different than the original. I will do that a lot. Um, that's just because I don't want to get a sound from here and then everybody else has access to it as well. I want my music to sound as original as possible. Now, generally, what do I get from here? Um, I get, snares, hi-hats, and then sounds. Like when I say sounds, like maybe I'll get a chord, just one chord or two chords. Typically, it'll be like one or two chords, and then I'll do things to like make them different chords if I need to, or sound effects like risers, transitions, impacts, things of that nature, things that are kind of like not melodies. Okay, to make it simple, I won't get a melody out of here. If I do find a melody I like, then I'll somehow try to chop it up so that it's not in the original condition. Okay, now that's what I do. Now, getting to Suno and why I started experimenting with Suno is because I said to myself, why go through this? Why? Why go through this whole process of looking for something other than the fact I do like going through it? I have a project that I'm working on and I'm going to go get some stuff out of here. And I do like listening to it, you know, and it may be for like hours and hours, but it's something I like doing. But outside of that, Suno kind of feels like to me, hypothetically, not in theory, because theory is something that has been proven, hypothetically, could be something where I don't have to worry about the originality because if this is AI, it's going to come up with original stuff. And all I got to do is give it the right prompts and voila, right? All right, let's go into this before I'm just giving you all background information, giving you context before we get into my experiment. The reason why I'm doing that is because If I just go straight into the experiment without the context, and you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. All right. Okay. Types of AI. AI is categorized into two main frameworks: capability and functionality. The three, um, into two main frameworks. The three types by capability are narrow AI, specialized tasks; general AI, human like intelligence; and super intelligence surpasses human intelligence. The four types of functionality are reactive machines, no memory; limited memory; theory of mind; and self awareness. Okay. Narrow AI or weak AI, designed to perform a specific task, single task, enables examples include voice assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, and AI in self driving cars. This is the weakest form, this is the lowest, right? Um, it performs a task that has been pre programmed to perform. So you got your Siri, got your Google Assistant. Another example would be your phone, right? I like to use the example of the phone, right? Um, when you're texting, your phone understands the language it's been programmed to understand the language that you're texting in. So if you start texting a word, first it understands you're texting a word. Eventually it'll understand, oh, you're texting in English. So it may say, finish the word for you. So if you're typing in general and you type in Gener, it's like, oh, that's English. I think it may want to, I think this person may want to type general. So it'll finish off the word general. Okay. And then over time, it'll learn how you typically like to use words, how you typically text. Okay. So if you typically text in African American vernacular, it'll start to use that. Okay. Because it's been trained in that language or that dialect. So it's capable of saying, ooh, I think mad scientist is going to use this word because he always uses this word. Okay. But that's a narrow, weak AI. Okay. In self-driving car, you know, it's just going to be using GPS to drive around. Google Assistant uses whatever is accessed in Google. Okay. It's just giving you the Google answers, what's on the internet, essentially. That's all AI is doing. Um, General AI, a strong AI, a human level intelligence that can understand, learn, and apply knowledge across a wide range of tasks. Is this typically this type is currently hypothetical? Okay, so this is the general, and it's currently hypothetical. So what does that mean? It doesn't really exist. An AI that surpasses human intelligence in all aspects, including creativity and problem solving. This is also hypothetical future stage of AI development, meaning it's not here yet. So we're still on the narrow and weak AI. Okay. There's a reason why I'm telling you this is because Suno is a narrow, weak AI. So when people are like, oh, at some point in time, it's going to learn how to make the music. Hypothetically, yeah, but it doesn't exist right now. Suno's only giving you what it's programmed already to give you. So if you say, I want hip hop, there's already a program in here for hip hop. Okay. If I want whatever prompts you give it, is probably if it responds immediately to that prompt, especially the ones that it has down here already, right? See, lo-fi, Afrobeat, R&B, hard beat, drum and bass. It probably already has a program for all that pop, progressive, 165 BPM, commercial. Okay. So if you go through all of these, then it's probably going to give you a pre-program. It's not thinking on its own unique. It's just going with all the regular pre-program information that already has inside, which is why it's getting sued, by the way, because how did it get to be programmed? It got to be programmed because it was using music that was already out. Now, so I wanted to just show you guys that so you understand what it is that you're dealing with when it comes down to Suno. It's the weakest level of AI. Okay. It's very limited. And it's not going to give you anything that is so unique. It's not going to sit there and say, let me go to Splice, figure out something, and then chop it up, micro chop it, mangle it up, and then spit it out. It's not going to do that. Okay. Let me clear out some of this. All right. So before I get into the next step, which is now we're going to start doing some experimentation, I want to share something with you, if you don't mind. That's my website. Now, if you're wondering, how can I get to your website, Mad Scientist? All you gotta do is go to the QR code right here at the top right and go ahead and that'll take you to the website. But I just kind of wanted to show it to you so that if you want to shop, here's the shop button. If you want to go to Spotify, find me on Spotify, Apple Music. If you want to hear me on the radio, if you want to hear me on the radio, true, then just hit one of these buttons. If you want to see my schedule, where I'm going to be, where I'm going to be at, right there. Okay. If you want to go shop, just hit that button. Let's see what happens. Boom. Got some Mad Scientist gear. Okay. So I wanted to just show you guys this. Yes, I have some really great Mad Scientist gear. There's Dad Hat. Uh, also have hoodies. So you want to support your boy. You want to be like, oh, hey. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Got a beanie. Got a beanie. So if you want to support your boy, I really appreciate it. Ooh, I'd appreciate it. I'd be like, thank you. Go support your boy. Just hit that QR code at the top and you'll be good to go. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get into the meat of this. I'm going to go to Suno. Now, the past 2 weeks, I used my assistant, New School, to develop some prompts. What are prompts? That's just some keywords to like tell Suno, hey, I need you to give me this kind of music. Okay. And then Suno spits it out. So the first week, me and my assistant, we had some like really intricate prompts. Like it had to be close to like 1,000-word prompt. Put it in there. Didn't like it. Did not like it at all. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to do this. Share the screen. I turn the sound on, and I don't know how to do it when while I'm sharing, so I had to like start over. All right, so did not like it. Didn't give me what I wanted at all. It sounded like smooth jazz. Didn't sound like anything that I wanted to create. Okay. The second week we said, okay, what we'll do is we will limit our prompts to like 300 characters because I got information that it's better to like only put 300 characters into the prompt and you'll get a better result. Did get a better result, to be honest. Did get a better result. But I did say I wanted to find something that would be I wanted to find something closer to what I wanted. So this week I'm going to do some experiments where I'm not going to use my assistant at all. I'm just going to use the prompts that they have, like the help that they have here, like the suggestion, as if I don't know anything about AI. I don't know anything about music. And I want to see what kind of results I would get. Now, I'm on the free plan, okay? Because I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or not. So I can only go up to version 4.5, okay? Because I'm on the free plan, which gives me 50 credits, okay? So we're going to use the 50 credits and see what kind of results we get. It may be a situation where here's what I'm thinking. Here's my thoughts. I'm thinking this. You know how like I go to Splice and that stuff is not customized to what I want. I just kind of go through and see what they got, and I'm like, all right, I just see what they got. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Maybe I should treat Suno that way. Tell it to give me some like today I'm gonna ask for some like jazz, right? And just see, you know, jazz similar to I would say Thelonious Monk. Um and see, you know, because it's piano, so Thelonious Monk, and see, you know, what I could find. See what it comes up with. And I may be able to take that and then chop it up and mangle it up and EQ it and in a way that it'll make what I want, you know, without having the pressure of it has to like come up with something that is exactly what I want without me doing all that chopping and micro chopping and EQing, right? Maybe that's how I should approach it. You know, what do you guys think? So that's what I'm going to do. And then you get to hear it, and I'll tell you what I think in real time. Okay. Um, we're not going to spend too much time because I got to take a nap. I got to actually work tonight. For those who don't know, I'm also an active working DJ. So tonight I got the club. I want to sleep. So I want to take a nap before. And then I also have to get up in the morning and I have to do a Saturday brunch. So I'm gonna be like working, working, working. So I need some I probably need some coffee too. I need to get some coffee. All right, but I definitely want to take a nap. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. Say, says jazz, Thelonious Monk. Hold up. Let me see how much yes, Monk. Let's see. Okay. Thelonious Monk type jazz. Thelonious Monk type jazz. Um he's mostly piano. Up, right, bass. Okay, then I'm going to use this little thing right here where it's going to help. The jazz piece opens with a sparse syncopated riff. playing in angular harmonies reminiscing of mid-century jazz. Upright bass enters, walking line tightly into seeing dynamics shift through, blah blah blah. Okay, so because that is something that a lot of hip hop producers would do is they would sample jazz, right? Okay, so let create it. All right, still creating. All right. See that part right there, I would probably would sample right here. Ready with that. Where's that? Bam. You see how that works? Now, most of the song I didn't like, but I like that one little part. And that is the art of sampling. I would chop it up so that it fits into a 4/4. Boom. I could do that. All right. Let's see what this other one is about. Well, let's finish this out. Ooh, I can see like hip hop producers, we like those minor chords, stuff like that that sounds dissonant. Oh, I would chop that into it and see what I could like. I probably would micro chop these. I wouldn't loop it, but I would micro chop this, right? And right, see, and I could take that chord right there, micro chop it, and do something with it. You see what I'm saying? Like now that I could see myself doing. Let me see about this one here. See right there, micro chops. Dun, dun. I may not take it in that succession. Dun, 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 dun. I probably wouldn't do that, but I would take dun, and then another one would be dun, another one would be dun, dun, then another one dun, micro chops. You could take that to ding, and maybe tweak it, like turn in, like maybe tune it. And so it'll be like a little more darker. I could see that taking that and making it darker. Dun, 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 dun. It'd be like a Wu Tang kind of thing. Dun, 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 ah, dun, 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 dun. That's how it works with sampling. I don't know if you heard what I did, but that's how we make beats. So you could take something like that. Dun, 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 dun. I can make that to something like a Mob Deep type of thing. You just gotta tune it down, slow it down a little bit. Yeah. See, stuff like that can be taken in hip hop and cut up and stretched and detuned. A lot. All right. Pretty cool. Okay. Let's we're gonna do something, and I'm not putting in the BPM and all that because when you're doing sampling, you don't control the BPM. You take, in fact, you don't, when you're looking at records, you don't know the BPM. You don't know the key a lot of time unless you figure it out. But you definitely don't know the tempo and all that. But what you do is you take what you have on that record, you chop it up, and then you make it fit on a 4/4 beat at a certain tempo that you want. So what I was looking for in the past weeks, is give me something that is already perfectly formatted, at this BPM, at this key, and I don't have to do no work. Just take it, put it on top of a beat, and move on to the next one. I was hoping that that could happen, but that's not going to happen. Okay. Well, it didn't happen for me. Let me just say that it didn't happen for me. And I used a very intelligent, highly intelligent AI to create these prompts. But it got close, but it was just no cigar. All right. I want something that's more like Marvin Gaye or Stevie Wonder type of soul music that is moody and in a minor key. Okay. Let me not use AI. Let me just see what it comes up when I just write it myself. Okay. See what it comes up with. Okay. Can't use Marvin Gaye. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's just not use Stevie Wonder. 70s soul music that is moody in a minor key. And I would put, just leave it at that. If it has a singer, it might be something with a singer, and I just have to pitch it up, make it, you know what I'm saying? 70s soul music that is moody and in a minor key. Okay. Let me see. 70s soul. Let's make the vocal gender female. Automate the lyrics and create. See what it comes up with. Now, see, this is something I would probably loop, right? Mm, wah, wah, wah. Okay. I would probably loop this something like this. This is kind of giving me Kanye West with Kanye's with Common's B album. Okay, let's try this other one. It didn't give me lyrics, but I'm gonna do lyrics on the next one. I'm gonna definitely do lyrics on this one. Woo! Okay, so now, okay, and on that first chord, I wish that I knew the name of the song. uh. If you're into music, you know what song I'm talking about. I just don't know the title of it. But on that first chord, it lets me know this Suno has been trained on actual music. There's no way you can avoid. If you know hip hop, if you know 70s music, you know this chord. Mm, and that bass line. I just can't think of the name of it right now. I'm sorry. But if you know hip hop and you know the name of this song, okay? You know it. Mhm, 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 mhm. Okay, if you're into hip hop, boom bap, then you know that that can be used. Okay, that can be used. And I didn't write anything in there but 70s soul music that is moody and in a minor key. All right, let's do the last experiment. So I'm into hip hop. So what, I'm kind of like going with the premise. If I'm, oh, we're gonna do two more. Oh, let me just go in here. Gospel. Let me see. Int- introspective gospel music in a minor key, right? Let me spell this word correct. Perspective. And I want to be female. Okay. So describe the lyrics you um want the singer to talk about a hard life until she finds that Jesus is the way to salvation. Oh, talk about a hard life until she finds that Jesus is the way to salvation. All right. We're gonna call this the gospel. Okay. That's my Baptist coming out of me. See what it comes up with. And then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna give you my my thoughts, my final thoughts on it. We're gonna go over a little bit longer because I'm excited now. So I'm gonna go a little bit longer than an hour, but I think it's important that we do it. All right. Woo.
I walk through shadows darker than the night.
Let's hear her testify.
A broken compass, no stars in sight. The weight of the world pressed down my chest. I chase the gold, I chase the fame, but every path just led to shame. Hallelujah road, where the lost are found. Hallelujah road, where grace abounds. I was blind, but now I see. Jesus is the way.
Okay, how'd she know about the I was blind, but now I see? Been learning a little something. Okay, let's go to the next one. I want to see. It sounded a little too like non-denominational Christian music, not gospel. Well, I'm gonna type this a different kind of way.
I walk through shadows darker than the night. A broken compass, no stars in sight.
Okay, I don't like this gospel because it sounds too introspective. Let's call it Southern. Southern style African American gospel music in a minor key. All right, let's do that. That's one of my biggest complaints about Suno is that I feel like they have used European people as like their model for singing and stuff like that. It's they're not using black people. I'm gonna just say it. It's my stream. I can say it. They ain't using black people.
I walk the streets with holes in my shoes, counting the cracks like they're telling me clues. Empty pockets full of dreams gone wrong. The nights were heavy, the days too long. But the stars whispered a story to me. In the silence, I began to see. Through the shadows, through the rain, through the heartache, through the pain, I found a name. Oh.
All right. I'm not feeling that one either.
walk the streets with holes in my shoes, counting the cracks like they're telling me clues.
Okay. Okay. So only got 10 more credits. I can do one more song. Let me try a soul. Let me try again. So just because I want to try to get a something with let me see, a 60s style soul song. Heartbreaking soul song in a key. Okay. The singer to talk about how her man must learn to treat her with respect or leave her alone. Okay, we're gonna call this one 70 60s soul. Okay. And once this is all done, I'll give you my thoughts.
You can't love me with a fist. No, you can't. Your words cut deeper than a blade in my hand. I'm not your mirror, I'm not your clay. You shape me wrong, I break away. You want my heart, you gotta earn it. Respect's the fire, let it burn it. Treat me right or walk away. I'm not here for games you play. Say you love me, show it too.
All right, that's cool.
You can't love me with a fist, no. You can't. Your words cut deeper than a blade in my hand. I'm not your mirror, I'm not your clay. You shape me wrong, I'll break away.
All right. So, hey, what's up, Erica? How you doing? I just saw you. I'm sorry. I was like looking at the Suno. So, okay, so let me give you like my last little thoughts on my entire experiment. Hold on, let me get out of here and tell you how I feel about it. Because I don't want to make this video too long. At the same time, I want to be thorough. I want to be as complete as possible. All right. Ooh. Okay. I dropped my water bottle, but it's empty. All right. So the first week I went full AI and I told my AI assistant, hey, come up with a prompt that you think would be to give me what specifically what I want. It didn't happen. Second week, last week, we did, okay, make your prompt according to what I want specifically, and make it 300 characters. And it did that. And it came close, but it really wasn't what I wanted. So what I did this week is I said, okay, just because I know that Suno has pre-programmed templates in it. So if you said 60s music, it's not thinking like what I'm thinking 60s music is. It's thinking Motown. Okay, because that's when you say 60s music, 60s, you think Motown. Okay. It's not thinking Stax Records, which was the same era. It's thinking Motown because everyone knows generically Motown. If you say 70s, it's going to give you a generic 70s sound. And I'm pretty sure if I said 80s, 90s, it's going to give me the generic. So whatever the generic sound, if I say 90s hip hop, it'll probably be something that sound like the generic 90s hip hop. And but if you're in the 90s hip hop like me, you know that what's generic. I don't know, it may give me some G Funk. Probably I could see it giving me G Funk, okay, for 90s hip hop. But that wasn't the only style in 90s hip hop. It's definitely not giving no RZA because RZA was on a total different plane. But it's probably gonna something that sounds like Dr. Dre, or I don't know what it would say for maybe DJ Premier for the East Coast. Shout out to Texas. DJ Premier's from East Coast. I mean from Texas. All right. So it's gonna get, and from there, I could take its generic rendition of whatever the music style is and decide, okay, do I like the song for a loop? Do I like it for a chop or a micro chop? So when I went into the 70s soul, I was like, okay, I don't necessarily like the whole song for a loop, but there's chops in there I could take, right? If you were here the whole time, you know, like I actually stopped and said, well, I could chop that up. I think in the 70s souls, I was able to loop it. And I think in the jazz, I was able to chop it and micro chop it. So my conclusion would be the best way for me to use Suno, since they're giving me 5 free tries at it per day. I think it's per day. I only go there once a week, but I think it's per day. They give you 5 free tries. Instead of me trying to like say, okay, give me a song just like this, blah, 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 and breaking it down into a sophisticated prompt in 300 characters, it'd probably be better if I just went in there and said, give me some 70 soul. And maybe I could say, give me some 70 souls in a key of D, 70 soul in a key of E. And every day it'll probably give me something. If I did it 5 times, 70 soul, it'll give me something, 5 different things. And I could just decide, okay, do I like it or do I not like it? And then because with the free version, you don't get to do stems, just download it as is and do it like we used to do it in the 90s, literally in the 90s, where all we had was an album. Okay. And we just had an album and you couldn't separate it. You had to EQ it, you had to filter it and do all the kind of stuff in order to get what you wanted out of that sample. And that way, I don't have to worry about going to Splice and going there and having to worry about like 1,000 producers have picked it up. And hopefully I don't have to like, if I just take bits and pieces. Now, if I take the whole song, for those who don't know, if I just take the whole song as is out of Suno, I can't own it because I didn't contribute anything. But I probably could micro chop it. I probably wouldn't loop it. If I looped it, I would have to put things on top, like a bass line underneath, put some other things on top in order to like say that, hey, this is mine. I own it. yes, it's partially AI, but I added this to it, and then have somebody else put lyrics on top, or I put lyrics on top, and therefore now the entire song, which is comprised of the music and the lyrics, I can own. That's how I would probably use it. Um, and that's what I would suggest. Erica, I know you late. Sorry. I went to a whole hour. Happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate you coming though. I mean, but okay, so I will see y'all next week. I'll be back on Wednesday. I won't be cooking. That's why I wasn't here this past Wednesday, Erica, because I was cooking on Wednesday. And I looked up, I was like, oh, but I'll be back on Wednesday and next Friday. I'm gonna start a new series next Friday. Um, I want to get back into composition because I'm meeting a lot of artists who still don't understand that. And as a DJ, they come to me and they want me to either play the music on my radio station or play the music on in the club. And I'm still having to um get them to understand that there's creativity in the there's a creativity in the structure. It's like the NBA. There's rules. If there are no rules in the NBA where you could just take the ball and you don't have to dribble, you can take as many steps as you want. If there's just no rules, it wouldn't be a fun game. It might be funny, but it wouldn't be something that we'd all watch. The reason why it's exciting is because there is structure. There's rules and structure, and who's going to win within these rules and structure. And that's what music has the same thing. There's rules and structures to this, and you've got to understand the rules and structures. You've just got to learn how to win. I'm laughing because I got a woo, I have no comment, Erica, on them Cowboys, because I want you to keep coming back. And I don't want you to be like, he hates the Cowboys. Now, I don't want you to think that about me. I want you to think he's really, really good at music. So go ahead, root for your Cowboys. I have one thing to say, 8-8. So how many more wins you guys have? I think you guys have like 2 more wins. Right? What do you guys like, 6 or something? You guys got like 6 wins right now. Anyway, hey, but thanks for Luca though. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is there is structure in this music game, and the reason why I can give you some sort of indication of what that is because number one, I'm on radio every day, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Number two, I'm in a club Tuesday nights, Friday nights, like tonight, and Saturday morning for brunch. And I can pretty much tell you, like the bartenders will come to me and they'll say, you DJs play the same thing. And I say to them, you bartenders make the same drinks because people want what they want and they come there to want what they want. They don't want you to experiment. It's kind of like Thanksgiving, turkey. Nobody wants an experimental turkey. Make the turkey the way it's supposed to be made. Okay. Make the greens the way it's supposed to be made. They want the mac and cheese the way it's supposed to be. No, don't try to put your little twist in today. Not with us. And that's how people are with music. Don't put your experimentation in. Don't try to change it up today. Today, not today. And so that's how music is. So my goal will be to like give you an indication of the different types of music that are successful and how to create it. Now the creativity comes up to you, but you must know the rules of the game. You make gumbo. It's hard to say it's gumbo without a very good rule. And then you try to tell the people, you know what? I thought it would be really cool if I would put celery in there. Then it ain't gumbo. Oh man, gumbo without a roux is fire. No one's gonna say that. You make gumbo, it's gotta have a roux. And the roux can't be burnt. It can be dark, but it cannot be burnt. You gotta have the Holy Trinity. Okay. And if you're from the South, the meat gotta be fresh. California, we get away with frozen meat, which is why nobody ever says, man, I want some of that California gumbo. All right, y'all. I appreciate all you guys for coming through and everybody that's going to see this later on. Erica, yes, please rewatch. I did go deep. And but no AI, and I think you'll appreciate this one better. And then hit me up on IG. Let me know what you think. All right, y'all. See y'all next Wednesday. Peace.